Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be doing another movie review today, and today I got for you Into the Dark, They Come Knocking. Now, this was a different kind of movie that I was not expecting to find on Hulu. You guys can watch this on Hulu right now. That's where I found it. It was a Hulu original. This came out, I want to say, when did this movie come out? While I'm thinking about it. But I'm going to have to look into that. But when this movie came out, I want to say it came out in 2000, later on, like 2019, 2000, yeah, 2019. So this was a very interesting story. Starring Clayne Crawford as Nathan. He is a grieving widower that is taking his two daughters on a cross-country trip to free the ashes of his deceased wife who had passed away from cancer. They are both, him and his daughters are trying to still deal from the loss of their mother and his wife. And what happens is he tries to bond with his daughters. One daughter, of course, being very much of a teenager, she is not wanting anything to do with her dad. She's calling him by his first name. The youngest daughter is being very, naive, and of course, she just lost her mom. She's still trying to figure out everything in the world, and she's just trying to understand exactly what to do and what can she do to make this better for her. And what we see is that when they start trying to get things settled in the area where they're at, because they're out in the middle of nowhere, and they start hearing knocking, and presumably it's children trying to come in, but they don't come across like normal kids, and they're trying to come in, the trailer's shaking from everything else. Then the next morning they realize, hey, the truck is messed up, and he tries to go for help, and he comes across a huge graveyard of sorts, of a junkyard, and other trailers of someone that passed away in there, and apparently it was coming for his kids. And between having weird dreams, seeing flashbacks what happened to his wife, having to deal with that loss, and the same thing with his daughters, these entities play on their minds, they play on their loss. And what you see is that they don't go into detail on what exactly these things are, other than by later on in the movie they realize that they weren't after all of them, they were just after the youngest daughter. For some reason they were going after children, and I'm assuming that they would go after the children and they would turn them into these demon-like entities. Because when Nathan fights one of them, he almost breaks the neck of this entity, and all you see is like fangs, like piranha teeth, black eyes, and claws from whatever these things are. And they're able to manipulate voices, and there's a time where he thinks he's seeing his wife, and the girls think that they're seeing their mother, and the youngest daughter gets tricked into letting her in, and even plays a trick on the oldest daughter, thinking, oh my gosh, my sister's gone, and I can't bring her back. And he realizes, no, they do this, they play tricks on you, and they have to go save her. And the way that the movie kind of goes is he makes a decision of unleashing his wife's ashes into where the oldest daughter at some point in the movie thought she saw her mother in her cancer state before she indefinitely passed away. And I will say this, this is a very emotional movie for anyone that's lost anyone to cancer. At the same time, it's really very much of an emotional roller coaster. And also, you're wanting to root for the family and figure out, okay, how they're going to get out of this, where do these things come from. They get out of it because they just disappear after he releases the ashes. And it's like, okay, it doesn't explain why that happened. Was it like, okay, she took the place of like their unknown mother there because her ashes are there now? Were they after that? Were they after, the daughter all along? Like there was really a lot of unanswered questions with this movie. And leaving it was just a very strange experience. I can't say this is a bad movie, but it really leaves you to the questions unanswered of what were these things, why did they go away after he poured the ashes, and what was the end goal, you know? And when you watch certain horror movies, you know, you wonder, why did that happen? Why did these things come out here? And it's just a really weird, intriguing movie that really plays on your own, I guess, thought process to come up with your own end agenda, I guess, if you will. But if you guys have ever seen this, let me know down in the comments if you have. What did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Was it boring? Was it a thriller? Was it emotional? Was it just bad? This is the first thing I've seen Clint Crawford in a long time. I do recognize him obviously from playing Lethal Weapon in the Lethal Weapon series as Mel Gibson's character, Briggs, which I think he did a good job on with that character regarding everything that did happen on that show. But regardless, I think this was a decent movie. Would I say, oh, you need to watch it immediately? No, I would say if you want something new, definitely check it out. If you want something mysterious, thriller, horror, very kind of like you got to pay attention, then definitely check this out. But overall, guys, what is your opinion of this movie? Let me know down in the comments. And I'll be seeing you as always on the next one.